Hello there everybody, my name is Dylan and welcome to my pick for the top 5 Girls' Generation albums. I would say of all time, but you know, they're not retired. There still are going to be more Girls' Generation albums. So the top 5 Girls' Generation albums as of today, February 20th, 2015. And by the way, this list is completely just based on my own opinion, which 5 albums I like the best. Coming in at number 5, Girls and Peace.
Singing girls and boys make a passage there. In a swing, 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 거리 오세요. Life is a party, 가래지, got a sweet groove. It's that 때 안았다가 boom, boom, boom. 에고노와 내 life 붙이다요. 시도할 때 하나 사나인다요. Ladies, but we stay girls. 너와 hold on.
Girls and Peace is a fantastic pop album and it's a great follow-up to the first Japanese album. I do like the first Japanese album a bit more than the second, but the second is still fantastic. My personal favorite tracks from Girls and Peace are Stay Girls, Animal, All My Love Is For You, Reflection, and Flower Power, of course, which was the lead single from the album. Also, the girls are flight attendants on the freaking album cover. What more could you want? Coming in at number 4, The Boys!
Girls bring the boys out. Girls' generation, make 'em feel the heat. And we're doing it, we can, we beat. Bring the boys out. 둘만의 비밀, 달콤 쌉싸름한 love story. 나를 향한 내민 돋보기. 사랑으로 포장된 history. Speaking, 너도 모르게 점점 빠져들어가. 관역 위에 네가 묶인다.
If I'm being honest, I do think I like the music overall on Girls and Peace better than I do on The Boys, but this album is just really special to me personally and there's a lot of nostalgia that goes along with it. When The Boys came out, I was relatively new to being a Soan, to being a Girls' Generation fan, and it was like the first big Korean comeback that I got to experience as a fan. And let's not forget, the song was released in English, the first and really only Girls' Generation song to be released in English, The Boys. The girls performed for the first time on American television with The Boys. On my birthday, by the way. I was in attendance of the first ever English performance of this song at SM Town 2011. There's just so many special memories that go along with me and this album. As far as the music goes, there are quite a few really good songs on here, but if you listen to the album all the way through, it kind of sounds like it's two different mini albums stuck onto one album, and some songs are very lighthearted and fun and very 2008 Girls' Generation style, and then the other half of the album sounds very mature and sexy and like something you'd hear on their first Japanese album. But even with that said, I love this album, it's very special to me. So number 4, The Boys. GG. They bring them out. And my top 5 personal favorite tracks from The Boys album are The Boys, Telepathy, Trick, Say Yes, and Vitamin. Love those songs! Coming in at number 3, Love and Peace.
Come on baby, come on baby, oh no. Every bad guy need idol, say say boy. 기분 좋게 스케일 간다 number 1. 울레로 baseline like 그나 shooting stars. We are the girls, 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 girls. 시끄러운 사고고 우리가 I 사르르 장면이. Girls, 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 girls. 부끄러운 나이 음악 말할 때 we're looking for love all the time. 먼데夢を聞かせて Tuesdayもっと近くで
Now, first of all, there is no song titled Love and Peace on this album. Therefore, I have no idea why it is titled that. That being said, this album is pure love and peace. It's freaking perfection. The name is the only flaw, to be honest. If I was making this list based completely on which album I think was the best in terms of music, this might be number 1. It's the only Girls' Generation album and pretty much only album in the history of music, that I can listen to all the way through every single time. There is not one song on this album that I dislike. My personal favorite tracks from Love and Peace are Do the Catwalk, Galaxy Supernova, Flyers, Everyday Love, and Motorcycle. Coming in at number 2, Girls' Generation's second Korean album. O is the original release, but then Run Devil Run is the repackage, and the repackage is better. It just improves upon the glory that O already was, so I'm not really sure how to include it on this list. Just the second Korean Girls' Generation album.
전에 알던 매력이 brand new sound 새로워진 너를 전부 brown Dance, 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 you will run this town 오빠, 오빠, I'll be down 지쳐있던 가슴이 다시 숨쉬고
Oh. This is the album that made me fall in love with Girls' Generation. This is the album that they were promoting when I first discovered them. The first video I saw was Oh, so there's a lot of nostalgia that goes along with this album as well. But most of all, every song on this album sounds like it couldn't have been recorded by anyone else besides Girls' Generation. It's like this was the album that solidified Girls' Generation's musical style. The ballads on here, oh my gosh, I don't even know what they're saying because I don't speak Korean, but they bring me to tears anyway. Girls' Generation, second Korean album. Yes. My top favorite songs from the second Korean album are Forever, Boys and Girls, Star Star Star, acoustic version, of course, Show Show Show, and Genie, of course, my favorite Girls' Generation song of all time. And finally, coming in at number 1, Girls' Generation, the first Japan album.
君は誰よりも実は不器用で無防備で I'm in love with the hero Taxi 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 속도 즉시 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 Always get a speed up there 내 트윗에 coolin' Oh yeah 깜빡이다 배 야만하이 나이 때모 야만하이 이노 때모
I don't even know where to start with this album. Wait, yes I do. It's perfect. Behold perfection. I have a little game for you to play. Go find one of your basic friends who doesn't know who Girls' Generation is. Play this album for them and just watch as a new so-on is formed. I dare you to find anyone who doesn't like this album. There's nothing not to like. My personal top songs from this album are all of them, but if you could only listen to 5 of them, I would recommend The Great Escape, Bad Girl, Mr. Taxi of course, Let It Rain, and You-a-Holic. Just talking about this album makes me want to go listen to it again. There it is, number 1. Oh baby. Well, there you have it. Those are my top 5 personal favorite Girls' Generation albums. Of course, these were only full-length studio albums. Girls' Generation also has quite a few really great mini albums, but we'll talk about those another day. I hope you enjoyed my list. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and tell me in the comments what your top 5 Girls' Generation albums are. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. You can have a different list. I won't feel bad, but if this is not number 1, I'm sorry, I don't think we can be friends. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye! Annyeong!